Today we are back in the garage fixing a problem that I've been ignoring on the Eclipse since I got it 6.5 years ago. We're gonna take a little flashback to the very first video I ever uploaded of the Eclipse, and I'm gonna show you what I am talking about. I'm trying to get the car into the corner. This wheel is completely locked up. So I've got the thing jacked up by the rear diff right now. That wheel moves sort of, but I'm going to try to winch it again. Yes, as you could see in that video, that wheel was entirely locked up. And in my last video, I was talking about how the brakes were grinding, and so I ordered some new pads and rotors and figured, oh, I'll just slap them on. No, as you can see here, we currently have no brake caliper. That's because when I took the rear brake caliper off and tried to compress it, it wouldn't move. Now keep in mind, these are screw type rear brake calipers. So I had the proper tool and tried to wind the piston back in, but it just refused to compress. That's when I started to get a little anxious. If you didn't know, 1G DSM rear brake calipers have been obsolete for some time now, which means you can't get them new anywhere. So in that moment, I legitimately thought that this might be the end of the road for this car, and it was happening right after I had finally gotten it running again. I was crushed. So I did what most of us do. I went to Facebook and I made a post asking the DSM community if anyone had a solution. From that post, I got the usual Facebook comments, but that's also when someone pointed me to Josh. I learned that Josh had actually been rebuilding DSM rear brake calipers for the community for years, so I messaged him right away. He responded quickly and gave me a price that I thought was more than reasonable. So I boxed them up, shipped them off to him, and by the end of the following week, he already had them rebuilt and ready to ship back. And honestly, the finished product was even better than I had hoped for. They looked brand new again, they installed easily, and just like that, the car was back to being fully functional again. All right, we are back on the ground with a fresh oil change. The brakes are now bled. Everything's tightened, torqued, and I even swapped my lug nuts. So now we have the proper lug nut style as opposed to what came on the car 7 years ago, which is definitely not the right lug nut for those wheels. I've done 2 oil changes now in this car, and everything seems to be looking pretty good as far as the oil goes. Like, it's not super metallic or anything. I would have filmed a little bit more of what I was doing, but my garage is still kind of post-apocalyptic winter mode right now, and the camera angles are just a little tough. So I just kind of went along and did it, and now we're gonna go back out for a test drive. I do need to stop and try to get my windshield clean because it's pretty nasty from sitting outside. But the car still starts, runs, drives, awesome. Well, I guess runs and drives is still to be determined. But we need to move the truck. So I figured I would save the cold start for you guys since I hear it all the time, but it never really gets old. So let's get us a little cold start. I got the Eclipse, the Evo, and the Talon. Oh my gosh, so cool. The Evo I've had out already a couple of times. I still need to give it a bath. It still has some salt spray from moving it this winter back to the house. And the Talon, this car makes me a little bit sad because it is still real salty from, again, moving it back to the house this winter. But I did clean it up underneath and kind of spray it with some anti-corrosive, so we'll get this thing out here shortly and make sure she's all cleaned up and running the way that it should. But for now, let's go ahead and get a little start on the Eclipse and see just how she drives with the new brakes. I still haven't adjusted the shifter cable, which I definitely still need to do, but it does go into gear. Oh, good news, she stops. This thing really needs a bath, that's for sure. It is just nasty. But she sounds really good, I'm not gonna lie. Let's take her for a little drive, see how it goes. Man, this thing smells like it's been sitting in a barn for 6 years. I mean, like, obviously it was, but like, yeah. It definitely smells that way. Oh, she runs good. Drives nice. Stops good. The brakes feel really good. really nice that all of the transmission functions work, like overdrive and everything. So it's definitely got a little bit of a shake, but I kind of attribute that to sitting for so long, the tires being old, tire pressure being weird. The one keeps going flat all the time. Actually, technically two of them keep going flat all the time, but I am real impressed with the way this car is driving after this long of sitting. Alright, I'm gonna jump on it just a little bit. It's so fun. Man, the transmission shifts good. And the brakes still feel really good. Great little tests for this thing. Well, now that we officially have a running and driving DSM again, well, technically two running driving DSMs, it's time to put this one away again. I'll give it a wash this week, I think, but the weather's looking pretty meh, so we'll see how that goes. All in all, good. I'm so happy that the brake calipers worked out the way that they did. I genuinely, when I found out about the brake calipers and the one being seized, and knowing that DSM brake calipers have been obsolete for like 12 plus years, genuinely thought that was the end of that car. And I found Josh, and he made it so simple. It was $250, and those calipers are awesome. I'm gonna send him the ones on the Talon, because I broke a bleeder screw off in that car when I did the CTSV brake job. So I'm gonna send him the ones on the Talon, have him rebuild those, and maybe switch some things up on the Talon this year. We will kind of see how that goes. I just don't love the way that the wheel kind of pokes out on the Talon because of the CTSV brakes, so we'll see. But more to come. Spring has just started, so I'm really excited to start filming some more car content for you guys and sharing the experience of owning these three very interesting Mitsubishi pieces of automobile history. So with that, thanks for watching. Give the video a thumbs up. We'll see you in the next one. Don't worry, I wasn't going to leave you without a cold start of the Evo.